The Icon Sting has officially called it a career. Thank God. It's time for the Headlock Headlines! Hello, I'm Marvin, and I'm the Movie Monster. Welcome to episode 7 of the Headlock Headlines here on Tooney Town Wrestling. It's been a huge week for the channel. Not only did we pass 2,000 subscribers in just 9 weeks of existing, but we also officially passed the 4,000 watch hours needed for channel monetization! Now we just have to play the waiting game as we apply for the YouTube Partner Program. So, honestly, thank you to all of you monsters for helping bring this dream closer to reality. But be sure to like, share, and subscribe, click the bell icon to get notified of new videos as they drop, and let's keep this party rolling. You know, we had a lot of fun last week at TooneyCon's expense with a new song parody, a lot of dunking on him over the Wrestling Observer Awards, but I'll be honest, somewhere along the second refrain of the song, I started to feel a little bad for the guy. Feeling bad? Are you kidding me? Hey, Trip. Yeah, I mean, we came down on him pretty hard last week. This is why you're a failing YouTuber, jobber monster. You have to be vicious. You have to be ruthless. You have to turn a blind eye to every horrible thing happening around you. Exactly. I mean, no! Well, I'm not quite that mean and jaded yet, I guess. I was legitimately worried that we broke him last week. Broke who? TooneyCon. Who the hell is that? Not important. Anyway, I haven't seen or heard from him since then, and I'm getting a little worried that...
TK, Tooney Town Wrestling Savior, and he's the bomb. Yeah, he's TK, Tooney Town. He's giving wrestlers hugs, and he might be on drugs. Yeah, he's TK.
Good morning, Internet!
Tooney, wow, you're looking a lot happier this week.
Of course I am! Why wouldn't I be? I debuted my new Will Ospreay, and I perfectly presented the retirement of a true icon in professional wrestling. I'm presenting the very best product that has ever existed, bringing real pro wrestling, backed by sound moral business practices and a focus on safety procedures, back into the world after it has been so desperately missed. I'm saving professional wrestling through pure perfection, actions that are above criticism. And if you have a problem with that, if you don't like what I'm doing, then you just hate wrestling, because AEW is wrestling.
Still feeling conflicted? Nope, let's get him.
What was that?
Tooney, that forbidden door of yours seems to be wide open lately. You recently signed a deal with the CMLL promotion in Mexico for a major talent exchange.
Of course! Just another example of how I'm bringing the world of wrestling together, just like I did with TNA, ROH, and New Japan.
And AAA in Mexico, don't forget that.
What? No, I never worked with AAA, and I don't want to mention them.
But you did. In the beginning of AEW, you had a working relationship with the AAA promotion, and that's why CMLL refused to do business with you back then.
You're mistaken. I have not and never have had dealings with AAA.
What, did somebody call me?
No, AAA, not Triple H.
Why, did your car break down?
No, AAA the wrestling promotion.
What's a AAA wrestling promotion?
It's in Mexico.
What the hell is Mexico?
Never mind. Tooney, what are you doing?
No, claro que no. Nunca admitiría haber hecho negocios con tus enemigos jurados. Por supuesto que no. Haré lo que quieres. Te daré más dinero de mi papá. Sigue dándome tus luchadores para jugar.
Tooney!
¿Qué?
Who are you on the phone with?
The phone? Nothing. No one.
What were you saying?
Was that Klingon? Friggin' nerd.
No, it was Spanish. Jesus, you really don't step outside the WWE bubble, do you?
Why would I want to do that?
Tooney, what was all that?
Nothing.
Hold on. Can we play that clip back with Google Translate on?
No, don't! No, of course not. I never admit to doing business with your sworn enemies. Of course not. I'll do anything you want. Haré lo que quieres. I'll give you more of my dad's money. Just please give me your wrestlers to play with.
Wow.
Look, I'm the one in charge of this deal.
Well, according to reports, your deal with CMLL is pretty insane. Apparently, you've agreed that no other Mexican talent will appear on any shows with CMLL talent, regardless of if they're in AAA or not.
That doesn't sound like something I'd do.
So that means even your own Mexican talent can't appear on shows with CMLL talent. So the Lucha Brothers, for instance, would need to be kept off TV.
Oh, well, I do that anyway.
Tooney, this is an insane deal. Why would you agree to this?
This is an insane rumor with no basis in reality. In fact, the person who came up with it sounds like a complete and total jackass mark with no credibility whatsoever. What absolute fraud, know-nothing shill came up with that?
I'm so glad you phrased it like that.
Oh, shit.
Here he is, the originator of this rumor, Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer.
Well, you see, this is the deal that was struck between AEW and CMLL. It's a, fact.
So what's it gonna be, Tooney? Are you gonna cop to this horrific deal, or are you gonna say that Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer is lying and has no idea what he's talking about?
Oh, this just got interesting.
Hey, that's my line.
I'll let you off the hook for this one.
Oh, good.
Because I want to talk about the CMLL wrestler visas being all pulled.
Damn it!
The visas for more than 20 CMLL wrestlers and staff were being handled by an indie wrestling promotion out of Texas called Full Blown Pro Wrestling. The U.S. government recently contacted FBPW owner Jerry Cadena, never said that word before and I probably never will again, to alert him of an undisclosed issue with the visas. Then they informed him that he could be liable for issues pertaining to the visas and charged with fraud.
This isn't a problem.
It's not?
Of course it's not. When I have an issue with my dad's visa, I just switch over to his American Express Black Card.
Tooney, they're not allowed in the country.
Of course it is. It's American Express after all. I know some places don't want to take them, but...
No, not the credit cards, you idiot. The work visas for the CMLL wrestlers, the ones you pissed off the entire wrestling world to bring in.
Wait, they can't get into the country? Did anyone tell the government that I wanted them to?
Why would that matter?
Because whenever I want something, I just have to tell someone that I want it, and then I get it. It's how I get everything I want. New cars, new toys, the pro wrestling business.
Well, Uncle Sam doesn't care what you want.
Are you kidding? My uncles always give me whatever I want. Well, except Uncle Waldo. He just took what he wanted.
Whoa, dark.
Are you going to do anything besides make one-liners?
I might have a sandwich.
Just go make your sandwich. I'll deal with the video.
Yeah, call your Jamaican nanny over and tell her to make you a sandwich and let us grown-ups finish our conversation about my game-changing luchadors.
Speaking of game changers, how have some of your previous game changers been doing?
They're all doing amazing as they continue to change the game.
Like Jay White?
Who?
Jay White, the hottest free agent in the wrestling world who you won in a supposed bidding war with WWE.
Not ringing any bells.
This guy.
Oh, that's who that guy is. Ugh, I couldn't figure it out for the life of me the other day.
Jay White was believed by many to be WWE bound, but then you came in with a dump truck full of your dad's money to sign him away. After a few uneventful feuds on TV, White has been relegated to a minor league player, appearing on last week's pay-per-view on the pre-show only.
Look, there's a plan for Jay Knight.
Jay White.
Whatever. I have plans for all of my game changers except for Keith Lee.
You're not afraid people are going to start calling you out for the way you're booking these guys?
Not at all. I just looked for references to this Jay Bright.
Jay White.
And I found my fans on Twitter turning on him. It's not my fault that this guy they heralded as the next big thing in wrestling is doing absolutely nothing on my shows. It's his fault for not being good enough.
It never ceases to amaze me how the fringe fanatical corner of your fan base will turn on anyone to keep you propped up in a positive light.
It's the best.
Like the Meat Madness match at the pay-per-view that you booked and had to cancel.
Meat Madness is the name of the sandwich I just ordered.
Oh, you can't blame me for that. There were sudden injuries.
Well, there were injuries, but they weren't sudden.
What are you talking about? I booked Miro and Keith Lee in that match, and then they got injured. That's not my fault.
And when you announced this, Miro responded, "I've been injured since September, and I got medical attention in January. Sorry he wasn't aware of it."
I think the real story here is Miro being so disrespectful and hurtful to me and the company. I'm just trying to save pro wrestling. How can he do something like point out my gross incompetence and negligence?
Yeah, that was the take of most of your fans, too.
How are we talking about game changers and not discussing my new Will Ospreay? He's a true game changer, and he debuted on Dynamite last week. The game has been changed.
Yup, and the Dynamite rating came in at 822,000 people.
Crap!
Yup, we're charging into a whole new year of no million views.
Look, Will Ospreay is changing everything.
What's he changing?
The game!
You called?
No, we didn't.
Will Ospreay is important to the future of AEW, and his presence is going to make a huge difference.
Oh, kid, much like the pastrami and spicy mustard I just had, that statement is gonna come back to haunt you.
Will went on to have an amazing match with Takeshita at the pay-per-view.
PLE!
No, people actually still pay per view in AEW.
Why?
They don't have a streaming deal.
I could have a streaming deal whenever I want one, just don't want one right now.
Why not?
Because it's lame! And you're just trying to put a damper on my new Will Ospreay's amazing match with Takeshita.
Can I, cut in here?
I'm honestly shocked he asked permission.
The match was, great. It was, perfect. And a lot of the other, older wrestlers who were, there, in the back were, impressed by Will. Unfortunately, some, WWE fans were, being poor and racist during the match.
Those monsters!
Hey!
Those racists!
Hey!
Wait, why are you offended by that?
Never mind.
How do you know they were even WWE fans?
Well, a longtime subscriber of the Wrestling Observer told me about it.
Wait, this is something that you heard secondhand from a fan with no actual proof and you reported it as news?
Yes, and they were, only reacting to the WWE guys on the show.
Right, and that could only mean they were WWE fan invaders.
Exactly. No one in my audience likes the WWE.
And, they were, using, cornet language, calling Takeshita take a shit.
Those racist fiends.
I'm sorry, this is WWE's fault, how?
They were, WWE fans and, cornet fans.
Because of that nickname?
Obviously.
Let's take a look at who originated that nickname. Oh, right, it was former AEW World Champion and world famous Weeping Vagina, MJF, on Twitter.
What?
Who the hell is that?
No one important.
Look, who cares about who started that nickname?
You, 30 seconds ago when you thought it was Cornette and the WWE fans.
You can't prove that.
I easily can, but instead, I want to point out a particularly effective tweet from the Meltzer Said What Twitter X account.
That, bastard.
Instead of talking about a report of a bunch of people in the crowd being racist, Dave here decided to weaponize that moment against the WWE. Here's a look at the statement with and without the WWE mention. One draws attention to the issue of fans being racist, and one says WWE bad.
Well, I think we all know which one got the issue right.
I don't think we all do. This is just more of Dave's weird hate boner for the WWE and its fans, stoking on his fan base of mostly anti-WWE AEW fans by calling WWE fans poor, uneducated, and now racist.
That's not true. If that were true, then why would his fan base vote for that big-nosed idiot for Booker of the Year over me?
The what of the what?
Booker of the Year!
I'd have to go with Booker T.
Well, it's true that the Observer readers did turn on you for Booker, Promotion, and Promoter of the Year. And it's also true they named The Devil the worst storyline of the year. But then you had guys like FTR, Omega, and Ospreay winning in other categories.
That, is, irrelevant.
Yeah, that just means the WWE fans infiltrated to attack me personally.
Or maybe they like your wrestlers and like some of the matches, but just don't like you. But what do I know? I'm just a guy who's been half listening while playing today's Wordle.
You still play Wordle?
Yeah, it's the hip new thing.
From 2 years ago. Are you guys in Stanford really that clueless about things that are popular now? And you know what? Never mind. I just answered my own question.
Well, I was, deeply offended this week on WWE TV when, Gunther got his hand worked on and, no-sold it.
Really? Dave, if you want to take a second to think about that statement, I'm going to give you the chance to recant it, and I'll edit it out of the final video.
No. This, no selling is an issue.
You, Dave Meltzer, are complaining about no selling in matches?
Yeah.
You, Dave Meltzer, who simps for the company where Orange Cassidy no-sold 6 Canadian destroyers.
The very same.
Are we not going to talk about Sting's retirement?
Yes, Sting's AEW run came to an end this weekend with his big final match teaming with Darby Allin against the Young Bucks.
I'm going to just sit here and wait for you to praise me.
It was pretty good. What? You did a good job at what you had.
Am I dreaming right now? Ow.
Trust me, no one is more surprised that I said that than me.
I knew it! My show was perfect!
Oh, no, it wasn't.
What? How can you say that it's good and then still criticize it?
Because there's a spectrum of good and bad, Tooney. Liking something doesn't mean giving it universal praise.
It doesn't?
No! Look, I was a fan of the respect he gave the man and the send-off he got. I was not a fan of everything leading into this, and by that I mean his entire AEW run.
Why not?
Look, Sting is my favorite wrestler of all time. He's my childhood hero, my idol, and watching what you turned him into week in and week out was devastating for me. A no-selling old man in a long-sleeve t-shirt doing tag matches with an idiot and engaging in stupid shtick with people like Orange Cassidy. Not to mention Sting had deciding in his 60s to start jumping off balconies. I watched over and over again as his head slammed off concrete floors and felt awful for this man I once idolized.
He had the best run of his career. What are you talking about?
And then, during the lead-up, you rappel him down from the rafters like he used to do in WCW. Only instead of the dramatic, fast-paced, action movie-like events of the past, with screaming fans absolutely losing their minds, you strung him up like a piñata and lowered him in slow motion in front of a half-empty arena.
It looked cool.
It didn't. And aren't you the company that does the Owen Hart Memorial Tournament?
I don't see how that's relevant.
I believe you. Not to mention the fact that the final match of Sting's legendary career, he shared the ring with these 3 knob jobs. This idiot might be the single most reckless, dangerous wrestler alive today, and these idiots are the coldest act in your entire company, with segments proven to tank ratings whenever they show their faces.
He's talking about TV ratings again.
Clearly doesn't know how TV works.
Like Eric Bischoff.
Exactly.
Ugh, look at him playing with that puppet. What a freak.
Ugh, I know, right? Touch grass, loser.
How can you say anything bad about a match in which a young wrestler put his life on the line, falling a great distance only to smash through a glass panel, through chairs before the eyes of shocked fans?
Pretty easily. Darby Allin's glass spot was one of the most reckless, horrifying, and stupid stunts ever performed in wrestling. It added nothing to the match or its overarching story and was beyond dangerous to himself and others.
What others?
As you said, he performed the stunt before the eyes of the fans, and shards of glass went soaring out toward those very eyes. You could see fans in the front row brushing shards of glass off themselves.
They're so lucky.
What?
They get a free souvenir to bring home.
Tooney, you've had fans caught in the crossfire many times, getting hit with wrestlers' blood, the weeping vagina MJF tossing what was reported to be alcohol into the face of a child, and now you risked blinding the audience with shards of glass.
They're called high-risk maneuvers for a reason.
High risk to the wrestlers, not to the fans.
Are we gonna ignore the fact that petty WWE didn't even acknowledge Sting's retirement? That was reported by News is Jericho.
Here's a clip from Raw last night.
Sting has retired from professional wrestling. Thanks for the memories. Congratulations to Sting.
Shit.
Nice try.
WWE fans are racist?
You did that one already.
But WWE!
You know, I'm kind of a traditionalist about these things. I believe that when a wrestler retires, they leave on their back, losing their last match to put over someone new and keep the business going forward into the next generation.
Put over? I don't know this term.
Yeah, I know. And there have been exceptions to this, like Edge when he retired the first time, and even that annoyed me. I hate it anytime someone wins in their last match.
Ugh, let me guess, you're gonna let me have it for letting Sting win.
I hate it anytime except for this time.
Really?
I'm good with it here because Sting was facing off against these assholes. The thought of my childhood hero leaving wrestling forever while putting over frickin' frack here turned my stomach. So I guess I need to amend my statement to I believe a wrestler should lose their last match unless they're wrestling the Young Bucks.
That was kinda mean.
Could you have used this run for Sting to create a new star? Sure. Did you have a man in his 60s run roughshod over your entire roster? Yes. Was there a payoff? No. But he didn't lose to the Young Bucks, so I'm considering it a win. Though, now the tag titles get vacated, which means...
Tournament!
Why? Darby didn't lose? Shouldn't you just do a storyline where he picks out a new partner and there's a few options?
Tournament!
Well, there you have it.
Wow, what a horrible way to go.
It was better than his WWE run, though.
What?
You heard me, Noseman. Sting's run in the WWE was atrocious and insulting. In AEW, it was almost excusable. He was being booked by a delusional man-child with the critical thinking of a toddler smashing action figures together.
Hey!
But in the WWE, he came in and worked with you specifically at WrestleMania, and you single-handedly buried the man's entire career in one night.
What? I gave Sting the single greatest honor a wrestler can get. Jobbing to me.
I know you weren't the booker at the time, but Sting losing to you in his first ever WWE match was a death sentence. Then he lost to Seth Rollins, getting injured in the process. What part of this supposed run feels quality to you?
The part where he jobbed to me.
Oh, god damn it. I can't even imagine how this decision was made.
It's simple, really. The match was booked for me against the face-painted jobber, but there were rumblings within the halls of Titan Tower that I might actually lose. I couldn't allow that to happen, so I went and talked to someone who was in charge at the time.
You mean... Oh, damn it, that's still a thing?
I subtly planted the seeds. You know, Dad, a lot of people are saying that this match at WrestleMania with Sting is like WWE going up against WCW. It's almost like you facing off with Ted Turner, if you think about it. And the rest is history.
Son of a bitch. Well, at least you're not letting idiots dive through sheets of glass right in front of paying fans.
I suspended Sammy Guevara!
Wait, what?
I suspended him.
When? Why?
Just now, for the February 14th incident where he concussed Jeff Hardy and then picked him up and gave him a finisher instead of following concussion protocol. Suspended!
Is this because of everyone freaking out about the Darby Allin thing with the glass?
I protect my wrestlers.
But Matt Hardy came down on friend of the channel AEW Disciplinary Committee for daring to insinuate that something was wrong with Jeff in that match. We were repeatedly told he was fine.
Well, he wasn't.
Why did it take so long to do this?
We had to conduct a thorough investigation first.
What investigation? Does he have a concussion? Yes. Did you pick him up and give him a finisher? Yes. Are you suspending the referee too?
What for?
Isn't the ref supposed to check the guy and throw up the X when there's a potential concussion?
The X?
Tooney, while you actually did the right thing here, you're clearly doing it for the wrong reasons.
What? No, I'm not.
You're trying to take the focus away from Darby Allin crashing through that glass that exploded onto your fans. You could have hit somebody in the eye.
That's not true in the least. My fans were perfectly safe. There was no danger to them or their eyes.
Hold on. I'll handle this. My
eyes!
A difficult lesson that had to be learned.
Well, if you're not learning lessons, you're not growing as a person.
Does that mean that you've learned a lesson about what happened with Sting or any of the shady business practices surrounding the WWE over the years?
Hell no!
Triple H, everyone.
H-Dog, out!
What? Anyway, that does it for the headlines this week. Thanks for tuning in and supporting the channel. I told myself that once we got approved as a YouTube partner and or hit 2,000 subscribers, I was going to make two fairly big moves for the channel. Now that we're awaiting YPP approval and celebrating 2,000 subscribers, it's time to put my money where my mouth is. So keep your eyes peeled for a few announcements coming to the channel in the next week or two once I got all my ducks in a row. Thanks for joining us. Please make sure you subscribed and give us a like and comment to help out with the algorithm. For Tooney Khan, Dave Meltzer, and Trip, I'm Marvin the Movie Monster. Now get out of here!